Hi, welcome to another Fajardo Friday Life lesson. This is part two of starting college, and I thank my former student for inspiring me to do this. I have three other things to give to students as you consider, or people when you consider doing college. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the food. When you go to college, one of the big things that people look forward to is the buffet, and it's buffet, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's amazing. I mean, you have all these different kind of, rich foods, wonderful desserts, and you got to try everything. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's wonderful, but it's still a trap. So when I was in college, though, we had this thing called the freshman five, because all of a sudden you're being introduced to all of this food and there's nobody monitoring how much food you're going to eat. You just, you monitor yourself. It eventually, by the time I graduated, it was the freshman 10. And then by now it's the freshman 15. And part of that is because of the big buffet. The thing is, our bodies weren't necessarily made to handle this much food. Way back when, we weren't even guaranteed to have, one meal a day, let alone three. And so, and our bodies are definitely not made for a three-meal buffet. So I encourage you to just keep that in mind. Find ways to monitor your portions. Of course, exercise is important. And what offset me when I was in college, I was actually involved in show choir, and show choir was very demanding. We were spinning and doing flips and running around dancing. Our practices were long and our shows were long, and I burned a lot just doing that. But show choir wasn't there when I graduated college. And so that I really struggled because I just didn't know. My body had gotten used to eating a certain amount, even craved a certain amount, and it took time for me to get my body to back off, so that I didn't get extremely overweight and obese. There was a point in time where that was actually a really big concern. So there's the first thing. Second thing has to do with classes. Watch when your classes are going to be available. I'll give you my example. I was trying to take this class, but then they told me, oh, but this class is only offered a spring semester on an even year. That was gonna add another year before I could graduate. Luckily, I was able to take that class at a different college during the summer and then transfer that credit. Also something worth knowing. Try, if you can, during the summer, if you have the availability, try to get credits where you can, one class, whatever, but you can get that credit transferred back to your college if at all possible. But watch when those college classes are available, because that can really mess you up. And there are classes that are really like that, are only offered spring semester or fall semester, odd years, even years. It was very difficult. Talk to your advisor if you have an advisor. Talk to the registrar's office just to make sure. If you can, try to plan out as much of your classes in a 4 or 5 year plan right away, so that you have an idea of when things need to happen. The last thing I want to talk about is roommates. I actually didn't have a roommate the whole time that I was in college. I was scared to. I intentionally paid more money so that I could avoid it. Part of the reason had to do with the fact that when I was growing up in elementary, middle school, and high school was that I did go through some severe bullying. Um, and it made me very reluctant to want to even be around somebody I didn't know for a whole semester, and then you don't even know if you're going to like each other. You don't know what each other's habits are. I was concerned of things like, well, are they going to be clean? Are they going to pick up after themselves? Because I tend to be that way. Um, are they going to stay up late? Are they going to go out all the time? Are they going to be noisy? Are they going to snore? Uh, I, at that point in time, couldn't deal with those kinds of things. Like, I couldn't sleep if there was a lot of sound. Luckily, now that they've created these caps, so it's like a snow cap, and you can put it over your eyes so the you can't see the light, and then they have the music, the little earpieces that you can put right here, and it's wonderful. I love it. The thing is, because I didn't have a roommate, I couldn't handle certain things later on. When I went to a teacher convention and we got hotel rooms, all of a sudden I was in a room with four other women and I didn't really know how to do it. I was anxious about it because I had not had that experience and how to cope. And it was nothing wrong with the other ladies. I just couldn't handle that experience. I did not know how to negotiate people. I did not know how to share space. And these are all experiences that you get without even realizing that you get when you have a roommate in college. And so, at the very least, I would say try a semester or a year and get that experience of what it is like to have to deal with someone um, in that kind of close proximity and that you have to share space. It helps out in relationships too. So, something worth keeping in mind. I hope this is helpful for you, and thank you for listening.